you on Toy Story 4. The animation was beautiful. The character design is incredible. So both of you did a great job. I'd love to know, since you work on it from very early on, but maybe don't see the whole process, how different is it for you when you finally see it in theaters?
Oh, it's very different. Yeah, I feel like I usually start working on films very early on, like sometimes even before it's even the story that comes out. And sometimes I, stay longer on the films, but on this particular film, I actually wrapped like a whole year early.
Oh, wow.
And then it was like so different when I saw like that. Like some things are the same, but a lot can change too. And there's a lot more work that gets done. And then I usually don't, stay on the project long enough to still be working on it to see the animation before it comes out. So it's always a surprise when I go to the wrap parties or the premieres. I'm always like, no way, that's so cool. But that's like, I love that, because then it's still somewhat secret for me too. Even though we know the story and stuff, it still always really surprises me. Yeah.
For animation, we kind of know a little more how it's going to be coming out on the screen, because it's what we're animating that it's going to be ended up in there. But there's all the departments ahead of us that can change the look of it a lot. Even editing, a little finessing on timing changes things greatly. Even without talking about scoring and all. So sometimes I like to work on my piece and not be looking down the line of how it's going to come out, because it's always a great surprise to see visually how that came to life, how they ended up feeding pieces on editing that you would look at the sequence on animation and you feel like, okay, that's the sequence is working. Once it comes out, it feels so much tighter and it works so much better. So especially the visuals on this movie, I tried to keep myself without looking at it until we saw our premiere, and I was really gladly surprised.
Yeah, me too. I never saw like any final shots while I was working on it, because I was just seeing things get approved, but I never saw like a whole like composited and everything shot. So
the lighting department, it's
so good.
It's something magical there. I feel like
it's true.
It's mind-blowing then.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's like the sprinkles on top, and it makes it so nice.
Now I know you worked a lot on Forky and bringing him to life, and also you had a hand in Bo Peep's costume, which is wonderful. So what is it like being able to put some of yourself into those characters, into characters that already have such an ongoing story, and then for you to actually create a new one?
Yeah, it's interesting because we sometimes like tend to go back to the old films and then kind of like study the character, because I don't want to give her a completely different look that doesn't fit like her pre-existing personality. So we do have a little bit of room to kind of play around with how much she's changed, especially in this movie. She's like empowered, she's like living the free life. So obviously she's changed, but she's still Bo Peep, so you kind of have to consider all those things. And like sometimes I wish I could put more of like myself or my own taste into it, but you kind of have to think about the story and keep that in mind of like, this is for the film and it has to work for the film. So we kind of have to restrict ourselves sometimes a little bit too. But it's super fun when you do get to kind of sneak something that you are super passionate about into it. And then like it works out for the character in the film. And it's always so exciting seeing like the final product and being like, wow, I worked on that. It's so cool. Yeah,
exactly. Sometimes the character or the project fits you a little better on the way that you can bring some to it. For me on Coco, I was able to put a little more of like my life experience or just the way that people would move into it. So on Forky, since I was never a utensil before,
it was a new experience.
So I tried to do something. They didn't buy the idea, but I tried to put my name on the. So that we would survive into the movie. Didn't make it. They put someone called Bonnie.
How dare they?
On it. But,
Bonnie, who's that?
I was a little frustrated with that, but that's okay.
Now, finally, what are you guys excited for most with the home release? Like, is there any like segment or deleted scene you're hoping to see on there?
Yeah, I don't know what the deleted scenes are, honestly.
I know one that was nice.
Oh, really?
I know one that I liked. But I can't say it. But it's about knockoff toys.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
knockoff toys.
Yeah, like I was actually so surprised when I saw like the ending of the film, where you see like.
Oh.
Well, maybe I shouldn't talk about it. Anyway, there even on the film, like there were some scenes that I was like I had never seen before because, like I said, like I rap like earlier usually. So then I'm like excited because I feel like most of the stuff in the home release I haven't seen.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
And there is a new ending too, a different
oh
ending
yeah,
that it,
Like an alternate one?
yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's like new for me. I'm excited too.